Hi, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of the Last Note podcast. I am your host, Noah Jarrett, along with Preston Smith, yet again, coming at you from a little bit of a different place. I'm in Mississippi, teching at Petal High School this week, and just got done with day one, and we're just kind of relaxing right now and talking about the summer and talking about everything drumming related. So, with that, let's get started. So I've been seeing a bunch of stuff, man, on Instagram and YouTube, and all the DCI 2025 season is kicking off in like 3 to 4 days. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm uh I'm
You know,
looking forward to it. Looking forward to it for sure.
yeah, I've seen I mean not too much, but like everyone's community shows and like there'll be a few people that like post those lots. Like I've seen some of just from between like friends having being places. I've seen some stuff from Crown, some stuff from Boston, and everyone's seen that Colin McNutt video that's been up. They're sounding once again phenomenal preseason.
Dude, I'll make a bold prediction. I think they sound better this preseason. It's the best they've sounded since 22,
Oh yeah.
I think. I mean, it's just like I'm like, what? Like yet again. But
Um,
that
I,
like first 30 seconds is nuts. It's so hard to play too. Like I know I posted the video of me playing it, but it is like that was so hard. I'm not even gonna lie. Just to be able to play it over and over again, like
Oh yeah, like j that has to be like a second thought type thing.
yeah, and the fact that Jose is on that line
Oh
still
man.
like I'm so like just tickled. I was like we stood like around that dude in 23 on the snare
I
line.
know. I'm
Now
serious.
he's at Boston marching quads.
What a guy.
What a guy,
Uh,
dude. Dude,
might have to go.
talk about the new crown flavor.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, honestly, I feel in my opinion, I feel like it's like digging back into their roots of their like 2010s supremacy of like they're
Yeah.
playing stuff like common classical pieces, or
Oh,
maybe classical, but like well-known standard pieces for instrumental repertoire, and
yeah.
they're playing at just such a high level that it's just like I love this piece, and they're playing it so well, and I think that's what's worked so good for their horn line, and the like their horn line's always been good. It's never been like a player thing. It never is a really for all of DCI. It's not a
Music.
player.
It's a music selection thing.
It's all design stuff,
And it has
and
to do with like, are you willing to take the risk and try something hard? Play things and honestly playing some of the easier stuff I think is harder. Because
Mhm.
if you're just playing B flat major chords 24/7, everyone's gonna know if that's out of tune.
Oh yeah. And
Whereas,
especially like you're playing O Fortuna. Everyone's heard that.
dude,
Everyone
that's
knows.
like, yeah, everyone has.
And that's where it's like, oh, if they're just nailing that, phenomenal. And like I guess music for Prague is not necessarily like it's not on everyone's like daily listening, but anyone who's been in the concert band world, that's something that at a collegiate level you've probably either had to play, analyze, do something with because it's just such a monumental piece of repertoire and
Yeah.
of just cultural importance.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's that snare drum part, everyone knows it.
and
Everyone
like
everyone knows the main themes. Like,
and the important part of that whole because we played it my sophomore year, and my big takeaway that I remember from all those rehearsals is a lot of those chords are not like they're all very oh what's the word like they clash a lot. I'm blanking like
I know what you're talking about.
they're dissonant. They're dissonant chords. They're not just major chords or anything, but they have to be perfectly in tune or it sounds bad. It has to be the correct dissonant and it
Yeah,
can't there's no error on those chords. And preseason, I just hear these videos and I'm like,
they're doing it.
that's like amazing. And doing it on the move too. And they're only gonna get better. It's
Oh
Carolina
yeah.
Crown.
I mean they're the best for a reason. Like they're gonna be in the top two on the horn line side of it regardless, like they
Oh
always
yeah.
are. So, dude, I saw Devils had their preview show yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and
I haven't checked them out yet. I've only seen like their little clips they
and
put.
their color guard, dude, it is so good. And it was like the first show in the BD era since like 2016, 2017, where I was like, okay, this is kind of old school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hate throwing shade, but I haven't been a big fan of like the battery riding the last couple of years because it's so like segmented and featured kind of moments. But there's like they're crabbing some 8 to 5s and moving and all playing at the same time this year. And I was like, okay, that's 2014-esque right there, 2015 too. But
Yeah.
it was refreshing to see. I was on TikTok like an hour ago and I saw someone dropped a Colts leak. And
Oh
they're
wow.
there was a Madison Scouts leak. And I was like, they were cranking too. Everyone was sounding good.
Yeah, man. It's whenever I start like I very much enjoy having the summer again and like
Oh
being
yeah.
retired from DCI. But it's always the little moments of like the move-ins was exciting. I was like, dang, I'm missing that. And then now it's like the preview shows and the leaks and all that stuff. And I'm like, man, I miss the excitement of like almost tour time.
Yeah, I missed the when I saw the pictures of the community show, I was like, dang. It just was like, I miss it.
Yeah, it's like I it was fun. It's fun watching all our friends' stories and stuff and seeing all the spring training suffers. I was like, oh, I remember those days, and like you think fondly of it, but then
That's the first time in 2 years that we haven't done it.
mm, like what's that excitement of like you just kind of all of a sudden you finish spring training, you made it through the hardest part of the season,
Yeah.
and like like even though there's still plenty more to go, then tour's got its own struggles. It's like you made it through the monotonous every single 10-hour day.
Yeah.
Just
Like Genesis left Caldwell yesterday. Crazy.
mhm.
I'm like, we were like, it felt like they were just got there. But it is kind of cool seeing it from the outside perspective though, being appreciative of it. But at the same time, I'm like, I was 3 days away from having another year. And I mean, who knows if I probably would have done it, knowing me. Um,
You would have done it.
yeah, I would have.
Any one of us who's like still close to the marching age, if you're thinking about like if you would have gotten another season, as
Yeah,
many times as you can say like, "Oh, I'm glad to be retired. I did my time." If you were offered another season, you know you would have taken it.
yeah, I probably would have.
It would
I
have
mean,
been
I'm thankful I still have one more indoor year, so for sure gonna do that. But man, this is just it still is a little fresh to see,
mhm.
because I'm like, man, and knowing, I mean, all those guys are cranking, and I mean, dude, the Genesis book this year is, well, it's harder.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's I was like, dang man, like this is
I
cooking.
think I'm jealous that I'm appreciative of the year that we got in 24. I'm also jealous that like we were the kind of experimental year for John, and then he got to really step it up
Yeah.
with with this year. Now he knows what the staff's capable of making the students do.
Yeah, and the just the floor of the students.
Mm.
Because dude, like if you look at that line from last year, it was stacked.
Oh yeah,
Because I mean, you got Richard who's at
he's
Cross.
he's now center at
Yeah,
Crossman.
that's just from a year away from being with us. And then you have Josh who was close to making Colts, I think. I think he got a call back. But then I mean, you start just going down the list, and that just the talent top to bottom. And then you
Mhm.
get Johnny who's at Cavies now,
Oh
like
my God.
Gray's at Crossman. Like it was wild to see. And then just seeing all those guys, I'm like, man, it makes you miss the summer even more. And then
Yeah.
I mean, we always talk in all the group chats, and I'm like, Come on, man.
I am glad that that's still
Oh yeah.
uh an active chat and getting to talk to all the guys.
Yeah, it was. It still is. And I mean, the 23 one kind of died off after a while.
Mhm. Like
The
maybe there's
24 one is every day. You
like
get all, and then the Instagram group message thing,
oh yes, the daily brain rot content.
daily brain rot, the arguments and the BS.
Me and Fear in the past 2 weeks going back and forth.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. But I know I'll for sure be at I'll be at San Antonio and probably Denton. Those are the two shows I'm gonna try to go to. And then I'm definitely gonna film some lots for some of the guys that I've marched with, all the people who we've marched with. I'll go see them in the lots and all that kind of stuff too.
I'm
But
thinking about trying to see if I can sneak down to the McKinney show on the 21st.
yeah,
I don't think any of our guys will be there, but I just at least want to see one show in person, or at least go see some lots.
yeah, the lots will be hype for sure. I I'm sad I can't go to the Genesis one this weekend, which sucks. So I'm all the way. I mean, I'm who knows how far.
Not in the same state.
Yeah, I'm not in the same state. I'm two states over. And I mean it was already 480 miles or like 430 miles from Hallsville to here on I-20
Yikes.
going east. And so I'm almost to Alabama.
That's wild.
It is wild.
He is in Swamp Tour right now.
I'm in the swamp right now. It stormed earlier. We tracked outside earlier. Um,
It'll be
kids here are
humid.
cranking though, man. They're good. There's some talent over here, low key.
That's what, and that kind of brings me to another thing that like, and this kind of gets us into the PASIC thing I was talking about. But looking at all the high school winners that just got announced for the IPEC competition, all of them are Texas schools. And like, granted, Texas makes phenomenal musicians. Like, there are just so many good programs, and the
Yeah,
state just happens to be that way. But I do think there's definitely a stigma that needs to get moved on from that. Like,
sure.
only Texas schools can produce like good players. Like there
100%.
and I'm really glad BOA is trending in that direction, that there's a lot more groups making finals there that are from other states. Like one from Utah made finals last year. Just
Broken
it,
Arrow.
Mhm. But like there's even if they're not schools that have the money to go travel and go show off all these places, just because they don't choose to use their money that way does not mean they have any less valuable musicians. Like you're gonna find some players anywhere. Any good educator can make, not make, but like help produce and encourage good players anywhere.
Oh
That's
yeah,
literally what it is. That's
100%. Like, and just from teaching in different states now, like there's always this handful of kids. Like there's a kid here who wants to go get all three of her degrees in music.
Mhm.
And I mean, heard her say that, and I was like, okay, cool. But I'd never seen her play yet. But I watched her play. She's center marimba in the front hall, and I was just like, whoa. Wait, within 5 minutes, I was like, that person's legit.
Oh yeah, like that's not a high schooler with like a blind dream. It's like I've got ambitions and I'm gonna work towards them. Like that's everywhere. And I think
Exactly.
that's what's really nice about drum corps. And one of the more underappreciated things about it is just like I think I took this in a little bit more in 24, as like when we would stop somewhere and high schoolers would come watch us. Like we're like in Ohio, and there's like marching bands from rural Ohio coming to watch us. I'm like, there are kids who care about this activity everywhere. It's not just limited to the South, or not just limited to the hotbeds of like the Indianapolis area and the Dayton area and the Allentown.
California.
It's it's everywhere.
Yeah, it really is. And it's just it's crazy to see. I mean, we went to shows that were in the middle of freaking nowhere and you got a full stands.
Hmm.
You're like, why? but there's people that care. And then I mean, and even in drum corps too, like there's a lot of people from Texas, but there's a lot of people, especially that march like the some more of the just non-central groups. Like there's
Mhm.
people from all over. Like there's people from Japan and
Oh
man,
yeah.
like there's all these kind of different diversities, and it just shows you how big the activity really is. And dude, like in Japan, like dude, some of those middle school bands,
Oh man, they
like what?
it just
Like their drum corps levels,
yeah,
it's crazy.
man.
It's
Yeah,
just it's mind-boggling.
and that's one of the things I just think DCI is just so incredibly important for the activity of band in general, of the musical arts,
Yeah.
because that's one of the most accessible ways for kids to see like the highest level of some performing arts. Like um going to an orchestra concert or something that you have to be close by to a big performance hall for something to happen there, or you may not be next to a college that's big enough to have a performing ensemble or something like that. But drum corps travels around so much; it's so like well marketed and shown about that it's like that's I feel like that's the most accessible medium to find the highest level of musicianship in its thing. Like that's the easiest thing to see the best marching bands. Now we can talk about a whole different conversation of the accessibility of being in one
Yeah.
because everything we can go on that rant for
That's
hours.
that's
But
a whole nother
just
talk.
in terms of just being able to see it and see what the potential is, just as a young kid, like everyone's got that their first lot they remember. I remember seeing Cadets 2015 in Mustang, Oklahoma, and I'm just like all of them just cranking out those McNut rolls. I'm like,
Dude, I
oh,
mean,
to
Cadets
do that.
15 is like, that's my favorite line of all time. It's just like, I watch that a lot about every 2 or 3 days, and I'm just like, I'm blown away every single time. I've learned that whole book front to back. It's just so fun to play. It's so fun. It's so hard, but it's so fun. Do you see GMU's performing at PASIC this year?
Oh, I didn't see that yet. It's
Yeah,
GMU this.
it's
Oh,
GMU. So we'll get to see the that show. And they're gonna do all the design sessions on that show.
I loved that show. I remember
I
watching
did
that
too.
on the flow. I was like that. That was one of the most like engaged in a show that I've been. Like just in not in
Oh,
terms of just watching
so
drumming.
risky. Like just so out there, but it was done so well. I I remember just watching clips of it all the time, and I was like, I was so confused at first, and I didn't really like it at first, but after as the season went on, I really appreciated that show. I'm thankful that it brought light something that we don't really see in the activity, especially in indoor and outdoor too, where people really struggle with the show concepts. They're trying to
Mhm.
get these really like elaborated things, or sometimes the most simple thing is the easiest to understand, and it does well because you get the engagement. You can only play things so you can only play so hard of things, you know?
I think that's why a lot of people really liked the Symbiosis, the 23 show, is like the final product we ended up with. Like, was it the cleanest thing of all time? Absolutely not. But like it was the show itself, like the idea of we asked AI to make a drum corps show. Here's what happened. Like that's something people latched
Simple.
on to, resonated with. That's what really boosted Genesis's just popularity with the people. And that's what something Chris says a lot of the time is we're not playing, we're not doing this so that way the judges give us a fancy little number. Everyone in there's already got a number in their head. What we do doesn't matter. It's what we do that matters is like we make someone in that crowd fall in love with music again or for the first time.
Yeah. I it's such a crazy phenomenon too. That's that way. But I really do think you'll see we've seen a couple of indoor shows in the like scholastic groups where they kind of took the same approach as GMU last year, where they were going for the more of the comical. But I think that that trend isn't going away. Like I think it's making kind of a resurgence, honestly, because I know some of the shows like in the 2000s had that same like kind of vibe to them, where it was a really simple concept, it got the audience engaged, and it did the job. Like let's be real, GMU beat Mystique. We know who's playing harder beats.
Oh yeah.
Like, but the GE of GMU was in off the chain. You know, it just it's kind of the way the activity's going nowadays. Like even dude, Rhythm X, really simple show concept, but it had a deep meaning, but it had a very surface level. Okay, hands of the creation. Okay, you're creating things. There's hands moving around, and there's props like temples with hands coming out of them that are different colors. Easy.
You can
Like
pick up
even like
that.
RF, even like RF2, what goes around. Okay, we play the same thing at the start, play the same thing at the end. We play the same thing in the middle. Yeah, it's just variations on a theme.
Mhm.
Simple circles. Okay, we do circles on the floor. Wow, awesome. Okay, jewels are thrown around in a circle. And that's what people like the RF show. People like GMU. They like a lot of those simple shows this year.
Yep.
So, but I'm definitely excited to go to PASIC again this year. It's going to be such a fun time.
Oh yeah. What, 50th PASIC. It's gonna be they're gonna probably pull out all the stops. Like I am so excited for them to announce all the like artist performances and stuff.
Yeah.
I imagine it's gonna just be a stacked lineup.
Oh, I'm sure every person that we know is going to be there. All the big names
Mhm.
and just the all of the classes from those people. Like, there's going to be so many you can't even go to them all.
That's always the hardest part is whenever the guidebook comes out and I'm like, there's like five master classes all happening from 1 to 2 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's I want to hear what all these people have to say, but like I can't be there. Like I was trying to I would totally would have gone to see Pax Duo play, but
Yeah.
I was torn between that and I don't remember what other one it was. Luckily enough, they actually are friends with Dr. Stevens, and so they came and did a concert and a like small little, not a residency, but like they were just on campus for a few days, did a few lessons and stuff
Yeah.
in spring. But like there's gonna be so many good options.
Yeah. It's going to be
Well,
tough.
basic is wonderful.
If you've never been to PASIC, I 100% recommend going.
Yes, it
It is
is.
it is a life-changing experience. It's one of the things that definitely kind of had a resurgence on my like music ed career. Like I was getting pretty burnt out last year, and I went to PASIC, and it was like a refresher, honestly. Just
No, that was
seeing all my buddies, seeing all of these master classes, and it was just so refreshing to see.
it was nice to have that like the week before my recital because I could just like go not be grinding for 24/7 for a bit and just be in the enjoyance of percussion and like just remember like what's gonna happen like anything I do between now and my recital, like I'm not gonna be making any big changes on any of my rep. I'm just gonna be keeping it in my hands. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. Now I just need to I it helped me remember why I picked these pieces and I was gonna play in the first place. Like why all of this in the first place. Like percussion is fun and I love doing it and I want to share that. And honestly, it's also kind of what helped really spark that conversation that I ended up having after my recital of like, hey, I want to get my master's in this. I want to really like deep dive into all these pedagogical things I can do to make myself a better educator.
For sure.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some truth in being a better player helps you be a better teacher.
Hmm.
Because I know a lot of people don't say that, but I was actually talking with the director I'm teching it with today, and he made a good point that you have to be able to play the stuff that pushes people. You have
Hmm.
to know how to teach that kind of stuff while also being able to have the floor. and teach the very like day one. And having that expanding your range as wide as possible and being willing to do multiple things goes a
Yep.
long way. Because I feel like you can definitely max out like let's just take for example someone who can play I don't know some medium level marimba solo as like the as that's all they got out of college.
They're playing Autograph 4.
Yeah, something like that. And you come out of you come into you and then you step into a 6A Texas high school program where you've got kids that are ripping like I've even seen time for marimba by a high schooler. That like that level of repertoire that we're talking about. We're talking about doctoral level pieces. Um, I mean, you just marimba spiritual. You start naming them all off, like the one that Baxter played.
It's
So
playing velocities.
yeah, this all of these crazy things. Okay, how are you going to teach triple laterals to a kid if you can't do them?
Mhm.
Essentially, and like mine aren't their best, but I could teach it to someone. Teach them the skill of it and then be able to demonstrate at a proficient level. So I feel like having that, just that range of knowledge and really soaking up what your professors can give you in college is super important too. And I've definitely learned that. I took it for granted my first year when I was more focused on school and like getting all that together, which is okay. But like, I think I really missed out on about 6 months of really strong lessons.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm like barely like I definitely have like the proficient in everything but marimba, like at a really high level. So like that's my focus this year is just I'm just gonna crank marimba. That's all I'm doing this entire next year is just marimba solely. So
I uh I remember Dr. Richardson told me one time in one of my lessons earlier in my undergrad, uh, a lot, whenever we were talking about just stuff from an educational perspective, is his philosophy on it is you can only bring students as far as you come. And I see a lot of truth in that in the sense of like, you don't like, you can be a phenomenal teacher and have had like you don't have to be the greatest player in the world to be a phenomenal
no,
teacher. But at the same time, you have to be able to like have like you said, have the whole range of like he playing Fry with and doing every single one of these by Mark Ford, all the way to like if a kid's cranking some stuff out, you don't want to be like, well, here's pawn you off to a private lesson teacher.
yeah, exactly. You want to be able to give that kid the education they're at the school for. Okay. No, I need to get
Quick transition from the educational talk to a reaction video of Crown 25.
yeah, this was a very spur of the moment, but I just happened to run across this video while Preston was pulling up the next meeting of Crown 25, and we're gonna, check this out, and we're gonna see what's up because I know they're cooking, and I've been seeing the leaks, but I'm trying to see the whole thing. So, instant reaction, first take. Neither of us have seen this, and we're just gonna see what happens.
Might need to work on the sound. Not getting.
You're not getting any sound.
I'm getting like in and out. Of course, it might just be what it is because it's a full. You know,
Spencer. Hold on. Wow.
That
That's
sound
some,
was, sound was going a little in and out for me, but I could still like hear it even if it was quiet. And like that's that's an opener.
that is definitely an opener. Like, man, it's hot. I
Like I
like
was talking about literally like earlier in this video, those dissonant chords just being so well in, like the notes being so well in tune,
that first one hit,
crunch to it. Oh,
man. That was crazy.
have that the in tune concert D, and then you get the
Yeah.
crunch in it. Oh,
The I I'm still indifferent on how I feel about the battery music as a whole package. I really like the sound, but I'm still 50-50 on it. I'll have to see it in person for it to really like see. But I think it works well. I'm still a Mike Jackson fan at heart though, on the down low. But
on the download, bro, you are a Mike Jackson glazer.
facts.
Respected.
Uh-oh. I do like my Broken City, and they were throwing down in Dayton, that's for sure. So there's still some Mike Jackson out there. But my hands are no longer that. I've gone away from teaching that to my kids. Just
Grown up.
for a bunch of pedagogical reasons that I've found over the last year. So, but all right, let's keep going. Movement two. Oh, okay. More vocal passes.
Oh,
Boom. Yeah, I like this.
Goodness gracious, this is good.
Oh man.
Having played this and having like gone through and talked about each individual little line through that movement, that movement for music for Prague,
Yeah.
just all the different da 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 boom ba da da ba da ba da 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 da, and then like there's a moment in there where in the actual piece it's a uh saxophone's playing a
What are you talking about? Yeah.
siren, and like hearing that on brass is really nice.
It's 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 interesting. Dude, the front ensemble's cranking.
That's the one thing on my end. I'm not getting any of the front because it's all right.
Yeah.
What
Back at it. Movement 3, I think this is what it is. Oh,
All right, give him the brass clip. Just give it to him now. Just give it to him now.
come on, give him the baby. Come on. Dude, that trumpet line. Ooh.
Good golly, high brass.
Dude, I'm so glad they got away from the mountain props. Or the props that just like take up half the field. Because you just forget sometimes how big these groups are when they're all bunched up. But when you see them all spread out, I mean, they're taking up 10 to 10. I mean, shoot, they got props in the end zone on both sides. Like, what is it called? The point of no return? I
Oh
think.
yeah, I remember them talking to us about that.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm excited to see how it closes, though. Dang. Looks like that's all they got on the field so far. That's
That's
good, man.
okay.
That's gonna be with the. I know the closer they dropped on the flow.
Mhm.
Plus with all that,
You, I mean, everyone's gonna have their early takes, and like every group's gonna sound like you hear them for the first time. It's like, oh man, that that reminds me of like when I listened to Crown, like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, like those years of Crown, where it's just like I
it's
listened for the first time and I just jaw dropped. That like took me back to those times of Crown. Ooh, they're gunning for it.
they're going for that brass trophy yet again. Man, that was a pleasant surprise.
I and I mean once I see it not just on a screen but like in person and really start to take it all in, I think I'm gonna really like the show too. And I'm hoping the
Yeah.
judges feel the same about it because I'd love to see Crown get their way back in the top three.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize, but they got third in 23.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was Devs, Coates, Crown, then Boston in 23.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember because I didn't. This may be just me remembering battery, but like, didn't something happen in like the like there was a big tear in the finals run for Boston?
I think so. But I maybe who knows?
I was watching that one from the side, so I
I
didn't get
was
a.
too. It was a rough POV for me. So but I heard I remember they got like I think fifth or sixth in drums, something like that. Like it was wild. I was like, I
Yeah,
think
I remember.
I think Crown got like second or something like that on finals night. But I'm like, I don't. I mean, I think Cadets 23 was the best battery that year. That's just me personally.
I agree with this wholeheartedly.
That I mean, I'll stand 10 toes deep on that one all day.
Who won? Who? Oh, Cavies won in 23. Well, I don't know. I think design wise, Cavies was the best drum line. But I think in terms of just pure like who's got the ballers, I think
Today.
that could was they
Yeah.
just rammed things in and just said play it, and they did.
And those drums were freaking reefed.
Cranked up, no guts.
No
Like,
guts. I mean, like six
no guts.
guts, four guts on the bottom.
Oh man,
Crazy. When they come with 12. Like,
it's another. Honestly, that was I felt like that was the same case for both cadets and caddies. It's like drums absolutely just carry.
yeah.
And not that like the brass or anything are bad, but like the design was not helpful for them.
Dude, and I think Cavies will be in the same boat this year. Even with a better show design, like I'm sure they'll be top five or six in perk at least.
They dropped their uniforms today, and I was like, oh, I was a big fan of the past 2 years of the more classic look. They got the
Yeah.
Aussie and just it was like that. This is watching the Cavaliers, and now it's like back to the modernist looking thing. And I'm like, no, go back.
Even though last year was a flop, I still like the uniforms.
Oh yeah, like everyone at Drum Corps International, all the CEOs should come together and be like, hey, let's all just go back to the way uniform.
Wins and shakeouts.
Like, nah, I'm mixed about. I see both ways. Like, I very much enjoyed just having my face out there for like 23 and just being Shakeless can like fully express. But also I love the idea of like having when you wear the hat on, it's like the idea of self is removed and the idea as part of something bigger immediately like I love that idea.
I did
I feel
too.
like that's one of the biggest things about band. Like everyone when you ask, oh, what do you like about band? It's like, oh, I love being a part of something bigger than myself. It's like that literally encapsulates the idea that takes away, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but like it takes away the idea of I'm doing this for myself and
Yeah.
turns it into this is us instead of me.
Yeah. Definitely for sure. I man, I haven't. I mean, we wear Shakos at LSU, and I mean, when you put it on, and I was nasty. This is just me, but I would always bite my strap.
Oh yeah, that's what you do. Like
Like,
we do the same thing.
yeah, I like playing with it, and it's like that. Like that just gets me. It gets you in the mood for just to go out there and do it.
I remember every year,
I know
like
that
when
sounds so wrong,
freshmen
but it's true.
talking about how to wear the Shakos at OU, it's like when we put them, it's like, okay, freshmen, don't actually wear it. You let that thing just go to your mouth.
Yeah,
And Stanley, we should put like peanut butter or something on, just like
yeah. Nah,
smack
it's
it.
so disgusting and horrible, but it's marching
Oh,
band. Once you
it's
do
so
a
sad.
once you do a summer drum corps, it changes your whole perspective on everything.
We've gone a full summer of never truly being clean. It just I remember I bring this up still to this day every time I talk about drum corps hygiene. Uh, uh, Dr. Salgado, her year she did at OU before she became she's now in I think yeah, the University of Nebraska. Um, she she was the drum major for Crown in if I remember correctly, 15 and 16.
Ooh,
And she was talking about her like whenever she did drum corps, she was like when she was talking to us, she's like, I never felt clean. Like you never truly feel clean that entire time because those showers are just not real. It's like a fake sense of okay, I'm at least not sweaty.
yeah.
And I was like,
And,
okay,
and let's be real, the showers is just a place to hang.
yeah,
So
for
we're not even
real.
focused on getting. It's just like we're just BSing in the showers all the time. So sometimes we'll take like a half shower and just roll out of there, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I've done
The
it."
speakers, the dance for that's how you do it because you had that full head of hair, and I'm like, you'd be in it, you'd be coming after me and leave before me, and like, bro, I know you did not wash your body, you stinky little guy.
Nah, I would always wash my body, but I wouldn't wash my hair every day because that was a pain. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Remember in 23 whenever Alejandro didn't shower for like his first week there.
Golly.
I just remember we were making, and I looked over at him, and he was sleeping instead of having gone to shower, and he was like, "Man, you greasy. You look disgusting."
Yeah. Hey, well, this has been fun. Catching up again. We're gonna be doing more stuff like this, 100%. Just talking.
Oh,
We're gonna do a bunch of more just topics, and then if y'all ever want anything specific, leave it in the comments, and we'll 100% talk about it, even if it's controversial. We'll speak our
yeah,
mind.
that's what podcasts are for.
Yeah, we're speaking the truth.
People say their takes.
We're speaking the truth, and yeah. But it's been real. Um, I'm sure I mean, we'll cross paths soon. Always do somehow. Um, and I'm excited to see Genesis soon again. I want to see him play this time. I saw him get their new drums, but I didn't get to see him play. So I don't really have a good read on what they're cooking, but I've seen him pad on the book. They were padding it up for me, and I was like, okay, see it on the move. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was talking to the text, and they were like, "Yeah,
Play good,
gotta
stand
get on the
still.
move."
It's like you make a march. It's like, ooh.
Yep. But all right, well, we'll see y'all on the next episode. Got some big things coming soon. Some new lot videos, some new interviews, bunch of stuff coming soon. So hope y'all enjoy it. Take care.